Hello and welcome to Health Coach in a Box. I'm your health coach on my internet, and I'm so excited to have you here. And of course, I'm super grateful because you could be where? Anywhere, right? But you chose to be here with me, spend some time with me. So I do not take that lightly. So, today we are going to talk about the benefits of a morning routine, aka a rising routine. So, I am one of those people. I like to say rising instead of morning because morning just sounds like your morning. So, I like to say rising routine, but for the sake of this video, I will say morning so I'm not confusing you, but I may switch it up. So, just a heads up. Okay, so I want to share the benefits of it because you hear all the time, you should get up early, you should have a morning routine. It's important to start the day. It's what successful people do. It's how you reduce stress. Like we hear all the things, right? But I really want to share with you what I see as the primary benefits. And let me just give you like a little backstory. So I did not have a morning routine until I became a mother. Yep. So when I'm a single mother, so that is a part of my story. I am a single mother. I've been solo manolo since day one. And when my daughter was a newborn, I was like, oh my goodness, I need time for me because I was all throughout the day, all throughout the night, it was, on and off for my daughter. And I said, I need to find a way to have some time for me so that I can work on my mental wellness because I really struggled with postpartum depression and it was really rough, right? So I was really trying to figure it out. So I would actually get up early, and sometimes I would just be sitting there like, okay, what do I do now? I don't know what to do. Something is that gray? Oh, that's my gray hair. Oh my God, something in my hair. No, I don't. That's my gray. But yeah, so I would just be up looking around at like 5 o'clock, in the rising. And I'm like, what should I do? Right. Because I had no idea. So this is like 10 years in the making. I've had a rising routine over 10 years. Okay. So I've seen the benefits. It's shifted. What I have done has shifted over the years, but it has really poured into me. And it is something that I just can't go without. So, of course, if, life happens and I need to, do something, whatever, and I can't have my, normal rising routine, that's fine. I will figure it out. But to be my most productive, to feel my, to feel well, to feel like not super overwhelmed, and to have some balance in my life, I need to maintain my rising routine. So if you are thinking about, incorporating a morning routine into your day and you're like on the fence and you're like, yeah, but I don't like what really is the benefits of it? I'm hoping that this video will shed some light on my experience with it. So number one is that it reduces stress. Okay. So, like a well designed morning routine can include activities that really promote relaxation and mindfulness, which help you set up your day. Like, one of the things that have been a staple in my rising routine over the past, I would say, 9 years is meditation. So that is literally how I start my day. I wake up and I drink a glass of water, usually 16 ounces with a squeeze of lemon in it. And then I meditate. And it really helps to bring me into my body. It helps to bring me into the present moment. It helps me to ease into my day. It helps me to just be, right? So when you have a rising routine, you can craft it however you need. And think about it like this, ladies, and if there are any gents listening. So think about it like this. Is there something that you're like, oh, that you want to do for yourself, but you're like, oh, I just don't have the time. Something that you can do in the house that doesn't take, you're not away from everything. You don't have to go travel at like 4 o'clock in the rising to do it. But just something that you're like, I don't really have enough time to do it. This is the time. So if it's like, hey, I don't have time to work out. Yeah, you do. Morning routine. If you don't have time to meditate, yeah, you do. A morning routine. You don't have time to just sit and read one of your favorite books or a book you just got. Yes, you do. A morning routine, right? So this is a way that you can really ease into your day. I know so many people who just wake up and then they start going. Like, I cannot do that. Like, don't you feel off? Like, don't you feel like disheveled and just scattered? Like, I know I cannot do that. So it really helps me to just reduce stress. Like, and this is a really good way to like do it on the front end. So sometimes we're like, okay, hey, I feel stressed. How can I reduce stress? But like, hey, how can we get in front of the stress? Right? How can we set ourselves up to not be so stressed? And as we know, chronic stress is like the basis of disease. Is one of the number one reasons why people are in the doctor's office, because they're having symptoms of chronic stress. So if you can get ahead of it and do things to help you cope, to help you manage, to give you that ease before you even start doing everything, doing, being super productive, like this could really be helpful for your mental wellness. I'm telling you, ladies, I'm telling you. And one thing that I do, like, is I protect that time, right? Like, I protect my time when I'm doing my rising routine, like that's my boundary. My daughter knows if she wakes up while I'm meditating, while I'm doing my stuff, she knows that it is not time to talk to mommy. She knows that this is my time, right? So once again, it really helps you to reduce stress. Reason number two is that it enhances your like work life harmony. So this is kind of like all the points are kind of related, but it really enhances your work life harmony. So like when you have a morning routine, you carve out time for, your personal well-being, right? Which creates that balance between professional and personal life. A lot of times it's just so skirred, like it's so obscure, like everything blurs and blended into each other. But when you have that morning routine, when you have that rising routine, it really is able, like you're able to separate, right, professional life from your personal life. And I would even say to all my mothers out there that it even separates, like even like the wives and the partners, it separates you from your duty. So yeah, it separates you, it gives you time between, the duties that you got to get on, your mom duties, your wife duties, your business duties, whatever. Like that is your time for you. A lot of times, like I know I would feel very scattered and just overwhelmed because it's like, I don't have time for me. How do I, get time for me? This is how you get time for you, is to make sure that you set your day up and you set those boundaries where nobody can disturb you. Now, I know, like, if you're a new mom, like, I know, like, things like that, you're caring for a sick parent, like, I get that. Some things, I get it. But I'm just saying, if you can, like, it really helps you to create that separation. So when you come into those relationships, when you come into, when you're back on mom duty, when you come back and you're connected with your partner, when you come back to work and like you feel more whole, you feel ready to go because you have separated, right? You have spent time with just you. And this has just been a game changer for me. And as a busy mama, I'm a single mama, okay? I'm a homeschool mama. So not only am I single, I ain't got no husband. Okay, I ain't got no husband. I have no husband, y'all. I want a husband. But anyway, I don't have a husband or anything. Like, I homeschool my daughter, you know, um, that takes a lot. I am working on growing my business. That takes a lot of energy and time, right? And mental resources. And on top of that, I also am teaching teenagers professional, like personal development, so that, they are good when they're adults. So I have a lot on my plate. And me having my rising routine allows me to have more harmony in my life. Okay. So if this is something that you've been sleeping on, you have a lot to do, you have a lot on your plate, you're like, hey, how can I separate my duties from me? How can I get some time for me? A rising routine. I'm telling you. Okay. And the last point that I want to point out that people may not even really be talking about, okay, is about it helps you balance your masculine and feminine energy. So in my everyday life, like I'm like in my masculine, I am on top of stuff, I am producing, I am leading, I am decision making, right? Head of household, authoritative figure, right? But when I have that rising routine, it allows me to tap into my feminine energy, right? It allows me to just be, to receive, to be receptive, to be open, to be creative, to flow. It is so empowering. Like I would, and this is something that I recently discovered, right? Like I've been doing it, but I'm able like to put the words to it now. I'm like, yeah, like this helps me to be more in my feminine because I'm in decision mode. I'm doing stuff, right? But when you have that time, when you carve out that time for a rising routine, you have the time to just be, to tap into your femininity. And I'm gonna actually share a video on, I have a video coming. It may already be here by the time I record this. I don't know yet, but it's going to be about how to like bring more feminine energy into your rising routine. But like some things that I do, like I have like my basics, right? I meditate. That's something that just doesn't go away. I drink my water, to give myself that internal bath. Okay. You need the internal bath. And, I listen to something positive, like a positive podcast, something motivating, inspiring, something dealing with mindset, business, because that's my jam. Right. But other things I may add to that is depending on what I need. I may, do a nice stretch, do some yoga. I may do some dancing, right? Some nice sensual dancing, turn on some music that just makes me want to move my hips, right? Like it feels good and I'm in my feminine energy. So it helps you balance it out. If you feel like, hey, I'm always in production mode. I'm always on the clock, right? Always got something to do. Maybe having a rising routine will give you the opportunity, right, to tap into that feminine energy, the time to journal, the time to just tap into that intuition, because as women, as ladies, like we need that for our mental well-being. Okay. And if we don't get it, we are going to be off. This is the prime way to get it into your day. So if you are still like on the fence about like, I don't know, should I get up earlier? Do I really need a morning routine? I hope this video has persuaded you to really think about incorporating a rising routine into your day. Okay. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for, chilling with me for a little bit. And I hope you got something valuable out of it. And if you found anything valuable in this video, share it. Share it with the women in your life who are on the go, who are always doing. Share this, right? Because you're growing, you're learning. So we got to pass on the knowledge, right? Okay, y'all, you have a great one. It was a pleasure having you here today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.